What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans are currently building the 2025 offensive coaching staff. Now, we have a few positions locked down already. The most important one, offensive coordinator. Houston Texans hiring Los Angeles Rams tight ends coach and pass game coordinator Nick Caley to be their new play caller. I am excited for his offense. Now, I will say this though, with the moves that are being made, it feels like general manager Nick Caserio had a huge influence on who was brought in and who was retained. I mean, as he should, right? He is the general manager of this team. But we knew this might be the case with Nick Caley. He is a Nick Caserio guy. They went to the same college, John Carroll, and you'll see that plays a theme with a lot of the coaches that are being brought in here in Houston. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans will have a new offense in 2025, and it will be led by new offensive coordinator Nick Caley. With that being said, guys, my name is Ruben Calvillo, and this is the 713 Houston Sportcast, and I drop daily Houston Texans content. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. And guys, this episode is brought to you and powered by BetUS. Check out their website, live sports betting, live casino. You can bet on anything. You really can, even politics. It's absolutely insane. But BetUS has quick 24-hour payouts, 24-hour customer service, and they're giving you a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. On your second and third deposit, it's 125% bonus. Promo code YouTube 150 gets that for you guys. Now let's start with the most recent hire, and that was Jerry Schuplinski. Now the Houston Texans hired him off of the Los Angeles Rams coaching staff, so this is a Nick Caley guy. What's interesting though is you see the Nick Caserio connection here with Jerry Schuplinski. You know where he went to college? The same one as general manager Nick Caserio, John Carroll. It seems like if you went to John Carroll, you have an opportunity to work for the Houston Texans. From 2000 to 2001, was at John Carroll as a graduate assistant. He was at Trinity High School from 2002 to 2006 as a head coach. Then went to Case Western Reserve from 2007 to 2012 as a special teams coordinator and linebackers coach. Then we see him get to the NFL. From 2013 to 2015 was an offensive assistant. From 2016 to 2018, assistant quarterbacks coach. That was with Tom Brady. 2019, Miami Dolphins, assistant quarterbacks coach. New York Giants, 2020, 2021, quarterbacks coach. Las Vegas Raiders, 2022, senior offensive assistant. 2023, Las Vegas Raiders tight ends coach. And most recently, this season with the Los Angeles Rams, senior offensive assistant. And now he is with the Houston Texans. Now, we don't know yet what his role is going to be, but you see the Nick Caserio connection here heavy with not only John Carroll, but also the New England Patriots, man. It seems like the New England way might be creeping its way back into Houston. I know some Houston Texans fans have always been scared about that. The Patriot way, that's the way that Bill O'Brien instilled during his tenure here. But I can't wait to see what type of role he has. From the podcast I've heard, Jerry Schuplinski is a high energy guy. Players love him. And hey, he is going to be with a first time play caller in Nick Caley. I like this move for Nick Caley, and I can't wait to see what Coach Schuplinski does here in Houston. More coaching news. Cole Popovich, son of Greg Popovich. I believe so. Who last season was the assistant offensive line coach, was promoted to offensive line coach and run game coordinator. Let's look at Cole Popovich's resume. He was at Los Angeles Valley College in 2011 as an offensive line coach. From 2012 to 2013, Fresno City College, offensive line coach. Utah State, 2013-2014, graduate assistant. Minute State, from 2014 to 2015, offensive line coach and co-offensive coordinator. New England Patriots, 2016 to 18, coaching assistant. 2019, still with New England, assistant running backs coach. 2020, still with New England, co-offensive line coach. Franklin High School, 2021, I believe he stopped coaching in the NFL during that COVID year. Was at Franklin High School. 2022 was with Troy as an offensive line coach, and since 2023 has been with the Houston Texans last season and an assistant offensive line coach, and as I mentioned this year, offensive line coach. Take out the assistant and give him the promotions of run game coordinator. Hey, we saw Joe Mixon have 1,000 yards, so maybe Cole Popovich could keep Joe Mixon in that 1,000-yard range. But you guys know how I felt about Cole Popovich throughout the season. How I felt about the offensive line throughout the season. It was atrocious. And if I'm able to ask Cole Popovich a question, my question will be, what type of involvement did you have in the offensive line last year? We know that Chris Strausser was contemplating retirement. Did you take a further approach during this season, knowing that this could potentially be your unit next year? I don't know. I'm excited to see how this offensive line plays out, but it has plagued the Houston Texans since its inception. I think the last time we had a good offensive line was during the Matt Schaub days. That's crazy. Give CJ Stroud that offensive line. Hey, we even said that about Deshaun Watson. Give Deshaun Watson that offensive line and see what he can do. But Cole Popovich, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the for the Moncos, promoted to offensive line coach or running game coordinator. More coaching news: Gerard Johnson, who was being interviewed by many teams to be their offensive coordinator, decides to stay one more year with the Houston Texans. I mean, his kids play high school football here, so it makes sense to be the quarterback coach for the Houston Texans going forward. Now, this is 3 years with him and CJ Stroud, and I think there's a long-term play here. I think Gerard Johnson is going to be your offensive coordinator one day, ladies and gentlemen, for the Houston Texans and for CJ Stroud. Now you have him under another system. He's been under, Shanahan. He's been under Frank Wright. He's been under Kevin O'Connell. Now Gerard Johnson is going to be under Nick Caley. And who knows what type of stuff he learns from him. But I think the long-term play here, ladies and gentlemen, is Gerard Johnson being the quarterback coach for the Houston Texans until he gets the call to be an offensive coordinator for this team. Shout out to Gerard Johnson. I was screaming for the Houston Texans to give him the play calling duties when we were at the bye and we had those 3 games in 11 days. But maybe this is the long-term play here, guys. And then that wraps up the latest news about the Houston Texans coaching staff. So we have Nick Caley as the offensive coordinator, Gerard Johnson as the quarterback coach, Cole Popovich, O-line coach and running game coordinator. Jerry Schuplinski, though, we don't know. Senior offensive assistant, pass game coordinator. When we find out, we will be sure to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, this episode is brought to you and powered by BetUS. Houston Texans have a brand new coaching staff, offensive coaching staff. The defense is just fine. You guys let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And once again, this episode is brought to you and powered by BetUS. Quick 24-hour payouts, 24-hour customer service. BetUS, where the game begins. You all have a very blessed day.